Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Levan Miller. You're listening to us on 103.5. The Beat FM, channel 224, channel 112. That's whether that's on cable or Flow TV. Or you might be listening to me over on ILTV Studios on Facebook, right? As I've told you all last week, the spiritual advisor has gone into the mountains to look for more holy scripture. And so in the meantime, I'm going to have a few people that I think have a little bit to offer to come and speak to you about things that are not holy scripture. But on a day like today, it is to rescue you from the minutia that is this weekend. I mean, I don't know whether there's something in the water or if there's something in the air, but I've not had a weekend where my social space, my social commentary space, has been flooded with more nonsense than I have seen this week. I mean, from accusing shanty towns of not being demolished, only to say that every time they are demolished, the government breaks them down, which in itself is a conflicting statement, to, people accusing hardworking, law-abiding civil servants of selling citizenship and landing migrant vessels. And the only question that pops up in my mind with all of this is, if you all have access to this kind of information, at what point do you lend it to the Commissioner of Police? Because you all seem to be saying these things, and I mean the COI, and I mean my friends over there, at that other place. If you have information that someone is doing this thing that you have deemed near treasonous, then why have you not passed this information to the Minister of National Security or the Commissioner of Police or anyone that would stop them or at least disrupt this handing away of citizenship and permits? And then I opened the paper this morning, and not to be outdone, I have no clue what Pastor Lyle Bethel ate last night, but this dyspeptic, angry, oh my goodness, I don't even know what to call this. It was kind of weird to read because it sounds like somebody that is simply sucking sour limes about losing a race 10 years ago. And so I thought to myself that I would save you all from all of that. And we would talk about something else that I think is plaguing this community. I have a special guest here this afternoon that's going to talk to us about the oral health and welfare of this nation, because an epidemic is taking place. And we've got to figure out how to save this nation. This isn't politics, but it is doubly important. So don't go anywhere. Freedom March will be right back. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us. I drank a little bit of water. I'm a little cooler under the collar. I want you to be rest assured, though, that I'm not going to be talking about oral hygiene tomorrow, so you all had better strap yourselves in tight, because I'm addressing everything tomorrow from whatever that little press release or press, whatever that was, right? I do want to say this, though. Two things I want to say before we get started. When I was a young boy in primary school, I went to school. My Grammy had 18 children, sorry. There were about 32 of us in the school at one time. And so children who had older siblings had a bit of dominance in government primary schools, right? And I don't know, maybe it wasn't the most savory thing to do or not the most safe thing to do, but we used to break cup on people's head whenever you mess with our young siblings. And so I just want to say a shout out to the Minister of National Security for breaking cup on their head yesterday, because that was what came to my mind when I saw the press release. I also want to say, though, that if somebody knows where Barkus Roll is today, please call Barkus Roll and tell him that I want to give him a nomination for a national honor for that road over by CV Bethel. It rained all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and half of this morning. And I could just gently drive down CV Bethel Road. I don't have to worry about no big old hole. The water ain't flooding my radiator. I mean, Barkus Roll is so wonderful. Sebastian Campbell, I say we should make him Order Companion of the Nation and give him a medal, because, I mean, this is fantastic. And I'm sure that this was a singular act that has changed the life of Bahamians for the better. And so, Barkus Roll, wherever you are, by the powers vested in me, which is none, by the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, I also have none of that, I sub-nominate you Order of the Companion for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, or Order of the Lignum Vitae, or one of them orders, but you should have one, whichever one they're giving away, because they give away 500, right? Obviously, everybody could have one of these. So I want to make the list 501, because I want to give you one for that work there in South Beach. All right, and so that's enough of that. Join me tomorrow. None of them safe from me tomorrow, including Lyle Bethel. So, little church congregation, y'all get together so that y'all could go crazy on Facebook, because I'm telling you that eating pork chop late at night time will alter your mindset. But since we're not here to talk about that today, we're here to talk about another epidemic, in my view, that is rampant in the country, that's taken this nation by storm, and that, in my view, Bahamians seem unconcerned about. And someone has to tell you all. You ready for this? Y'all mouth look bad. Y'all mouth look bad. Y'all are making it. Look, bring the camera closer to me. When y'all stop me to talk to me out in public, sometimes you all make me uncomfortable, because I'm not exactly sure what human thing is happening. And outside of that, this orthodontic makeup of your jawline is no longer capable of doing normal things, like holding in saliva or holding in bad breath. And it makes me uncomfortable. And some of you, believe this or not, want to hold my hand while you speak to me, which means I am in a clear line view and trajectory. And while I know I have a left eye that runs away, you could see it on camera every day, even with my running away left eye, it is difficult for me to not be able to stare at you, because your mouth look bad. So I've brought somebody that I think can help you all, or at least give you all information, because sometimes people aren't just being belligerent. Sometimes people aren't just being insubordinate. Sometimes people aren't just being delinquent. They simply do not have information. And so, fun fact about me, as a grade 7 student, I went to a family life class, right, that happened to tell me about all the things that you could get if you like to put your mouth on people's children. I thought that was inappropriate for a 7th grade class, but it was a Baptist school, and hey, let's let the Baptists do whatever they do. But one of the things that popped up was a disease known as periodontal disease. And I'm no dental hygienist, I'm no doctor of dentistry, but even in my naivety, even in my ignorance, I can look at many of you that walk around here and I can tell that if y'all don't have periodontal disease, y'all have what Levin Miller would refer to as periodontal disease adjacent. Okay? And I want y'all to stop it, and I want it to end. And so I've brought you all some information, because it is abnormal to be beneath the age of 60 and not have front teeth. It is also abnormal to be beneath the age of 60 and have a bunch of missing side teeth. I don't know where all these side teeth keep going to. Maybe there's a side teeth party somewhere that I haven't been invited to. But I want it to stop. And since all I am is the host of Freedom March, and since I have no training at all in dentistry, I thought I should bring somebody that can help you all. The last peeve, and then I get my guests on there. You got to stop going to your Jamaican boyfriend or your auntie's son to put your braces on. If your Jamaican boyfriend tell you he could put your braces on the back porch, in the pool chair, under the lamp your Grammy have in the front room, call the police for him. Because what I also am tired of is seeing people with braces on that look like they are imprisoning your teeth. Or I saw a guy the other day and the teeth look like the braces tucking it in. Because these teeth almost laying down now. And I'm trying to figure out at what point is this boy going to tell whoever put these things on his teeth to please take them off. And so I brought somebody that has been influential in my life. I met him as a 12th grade student. Some of the words that he said to me as a 12th grade student stuck with me forever. Get your hygiene right, make sure you smell good, make sure you speak well, and make sure your teeth them look nice. And I've held on to that piece of advice for 25 years. And believe it or not, it gets me into 30% of the doors that I try. And so Dr. Barry Russell is my guest this afternoon. Doc, welcome to Freedom March.
It's a pleasure, Levin, to be here with you.
Yeah,
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
We do go back quite a ways. I remember when you were a little boy.
Believe it or not, and now I got gray hair.
That's when I was a little boy, too.
But I have to say this, right? And I told you this off air. You're not aging.
I got a secret. I'm going to reveal it.
Yeah, you're not aging at all. So, like, if you could put it in a bottle, I'll take some of it. You know what I mean? I don't know, you have to put it in a bag, I'll take some of it. Whatever you put it in, I'll take some of it, because when I met you 25 years ago, outside of the suit change, I don't think anything else has changed, right? Like, you almost look identical to the person that I met 25 years ago.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah, and please tell him you didn't pay me any money to say that.
No,
yeah.
I didn't.
So Doc, a peeve of mine, you and I, we spoke on the phone. Of course, there's a whole lot of things happening in the news today. There are a whole lot of things I could be talking about today. I mean, I can't run out of content with this bunch, right? Mm-hmm. But I got on a phone call and I said, Doc, there's something I just can't take any more of it, and I need to get these people some information.
Well, I was so impressed with the fact that you reached out to me and wanted to talk to me about oral hygiene mm-hmm. and dentistry, because I just didn't expect it. But I'm happy for this opportunity, because the dental IQ in our country really is low.
The dental IQ?
The dental IQ is pretty low. And the dental profession, I think we've been trying, but for some reason we have not been reaching the masses with any great success. Mm-hmm. And I can say that because this is my 35th year in practice.
Okay.
Doesn't feel like it. I'm still having a great time. I plan to go for another 35.
Wow.
Having a great time. And I'm still seeing the same things today mm-hmm. that I saw 35 years ago when I came back home.
Really?
As the first Bahamian orthodontist. The profession, dentistry, has advanced. We can do amazing things. Mm-hmm. Nobody has an excuse or reason not to have great oral health mm-hmm. or a beautiful smile.
All right.
Our profession, we have come to the point now where we can give anybody a great smile.
Sure.
But what I want to really talk about is prevention.
Okay.
Because dentistry can be very expensive if you allow your oral health to deteriorate and you've lost a lot of teeth and you've developed bad gum disease or periodontal disease and you're losing bone support. That's expensive to treat. And so what I would like to encourage our listeners to do is to avoid getting there. It's kind of like you don't want to wait until you are in stage 3 or stage 4 cancer to do something.
Right.
You want to catch it early.
Right.
And it's very easy to maintain great oral health. I mean, you just got to be vigilant about your home care.
People always talk about it like it's buying land.
I know.
Oh my God, a teeth, I can't afford that.
Well, that's because they've waited until they are in a disease state.
Okay.
And of course, correcting disease is expensive, it's time consuming, and that's when it becomes painful at times. And so everybody needs to be getting their teeth clean on a regular basis. And when I say regular, I'm talking about 2 to 3 times a year, every 4 to 6 months. That should be routine. If you're doing that and you're brushing your teeth 3 times a day and flossing, there's no reason for you at age 16 to have advanced oral decay, bone loss, gums are bleeding. That's when you are in trouble. And at that point, most people, they bury their heads in the sand. And the disease progressively gets worse, and they start losing teeth. To replace one tooth, Levan, is between $3,000 and $4,000.
Okay. A trip to Miami, basically.
A trip to Miami. Well, you want to avoid that.
Yeah.
You want to avoid that. Having your teeth clean once a year is $100. Having it clean 3 times a year is $300.
$140 if you go to my fancy hygienist. She's fancy.
Yeah. But relatively speaking, it's a lot less expensive to take care of your mouth than to have to rehabilitate and replace missing teeth.
Right. But I want to tell you, Doc, these people aren't brushing.
Yeah.
Some things, I get it. I hear the craziness. Oh, it's my family. I come from a family with big teeth. I've never heard such nonsense.
You hear that nonsense.
Yeah, I did some things when I was a child, and my teeth was weak ever since then.
You hear that nonsense. That's nonsense.
Explain this very sticky, very fresh, very colored plaque. Because that ain't gone there when you were 6.
No. So here's the situation. We do what our parents and grandparents did.
Sure.
And so habits are a part of our heritage.
Sure.
So if you come up in a family who only goes to the dentist when you have a toothache, that's the only time you visit the dentist.
Sure.
Now, a cavity is forming for at least 5 years before you have any pain from it.
Really?
Exactly. So if you wait until you feel pain, it means that cavity has pretty much destroyed that tooth. So you go to the dentist says, well, you know what, we can save this tooth, but we have to remove the nerve, which is called root canal therapy, to save the tooth. And so what happens? Root canal therapy is an expensive procedure. To remove the tooth is less expensive. Also, you want to get out of pain. So what happens? You remove the tooth.
Right.
So that happens, every 2 years.
Right.
So in 10 years, you end up losing 4 or 5 teeth.
Right, and now you have a shift in your jawline.
Now everything goes haywire.
You start to look like brownie. Because, something about taking out your side teeth makes your face narrow. Now you look like you was born as a chow chow. You know how when we was boys, well, you was a boy long before me, but there was a time in my life growing up in the inner city, right? All new puppy was chow chow, right? They come out, they fluffy.
They chow chow.
Right? And so for the first 3 weeks, you have a chow chow. But the longer you watch this puppy grow, you just watch his facial features begin to narrow and straighten.
He started looking like a pancake.
And God help you if he must need one pampers, because all of his chow chow attributes will just fade away.
He become a pancake.
Indeed. But that is exactly what happens when you start taking teeth, bone, out of your jawline structure, and I'm not sure people are accounting for that.
Well, let me explain to you something. The position of your teeth directly affects the way you look.
Correct.
So as an orthodontist, what I do for a lot of my patients who come in with very protrusive lips, long mouth, like we say in the Bahamas. That's easy to fix just by moving the teeth back.
Right.
Well, likewise, if we want to make the arches wider and give you a fuller, supportive face, we can widen the dental arches.
Right.
And so we have the ability to really influence the way a person looks.
Right.
In other words, we can make them more attractive.
Right.
We can give them a prettier smile, but also a prettier face.
Right.
Likewise, if you end up losing a lot of teeth and not have the teeth replaced or have orthodontics to move the teeth into position, you will affect the way you look.
Right.
But people don't connect the dots, and they think it's not important.
How important is it for aging? Like, because I mean, I feel like I know the answer, right? But I think people don't factor in how the displacement or improper placement of your teeth cause you to age a little bit.
It definitely will cause you to age if your teeth are not in position. By the same token, we could make you look younger as well.
Sure.
By putting them in the right position. And so, yeah, the position of the teeth will influence how you look, particularly as you get older. And so, yeah, you should definitely be paying attention to making sure that your teeth are in the right position and not losing teeth that you don't need to lose. So people don't equate the fact that your oral health is just a different organ. And you have to treat it the way you would treat any other part of your body. You need good oral health. You need good cardiovascular health. You know, you need good brain health. It's important. The same blood that runs through your gums runs through your brain, your heart, your lungs, your prostate. So if you have a lot of infection in your mouth, that infection is not staying in your mouth.
No.
That infection goes from your mouth
to your heart,
to your lungs,
testicles.
your testicles.
Wow, you probably got periodontal disease in your toe.
And so a lot of people have chronic diseases which originated from their gum disease.
Man, that's horrible.
And so we can look at a person's oral health and pretty much sum up what their general health is like.
Yeah.
And so you cannot take the mouth out of context with the rest of the body.
Yeah. That's serious stuff.
Yeah.
You all see how serious this is?
It's serious stuff.
We gotta fix you all. I can't let you all go like this. All of us will die. It is my hope that you don't let these teeth kill you, man. All right? And I brought the best guy that I could think about. He calls himself the father of orthodontistry in the Bahamas, Barry Russell. He's my guest. We're on Freedom March. Don't go anywhere. We've got more show planned, and we'll be back after the break. Welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. Let me get right to this ad. The Work Center, located Rosetta Street across from Roberts Furniture, is your one-stop shop for back to school, Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. Come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school. And of course, like you already know, before we went to the break, I have in studio with me Dr. Barry Russell. 36 years you said it's been?
Well, we started our 35th year this month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 35 years in orthodontistry in the Bahamas.
Yes.
A name synonymous with healthy smiles, right? And like I told him, Barry Russell has been in my family for so long because he do my mommy teeth, he do my brother teeth, he do my sister teeth. I mean, Barry's just been on a roll in my family, right? Also my cousins, Cabron and just one bunch of them, right? But I think it is because at some point they all understood the power of healthy, holistic, wholesome smiles that were properly aligned and properly maintained. Yeah. And so tell us a little bit, Doc. You said something to me earlier when we spoke. You said, you know, a lot of what you do now isn't even necessarily just correcting natural problems that people have or defects that people may have had that happen just over time. And that a lot of what you do is correcting the work of those persons that do not know the science of orthodontistry. How pervasive is that in this country, and why do you think it's so pervasive?
Well, that's a great question, and I'm going to be very transparent, very maybe even controversial. Mm-hmm. And the reason, Ivan, is because I consider myself the father of orthodontics in the Bahamas. Okay. Why? Because I was the first Bahamian to specialize in this area. So when I came back 35 years ago, it was an honor. And so I feel as though I have a responsibility to my specialty, right, to be the guardian of my profession. Sure. And so I cannot close my eyes or turn my head to when I see something wrong is going on with my specialty, my profession. Mm-hmm. Because I feel it would be irresponsible, sure, if I were to just not say anything. Sure. And as you know, economics and money drives everything. Sure. And so because people see an opportunity to make money, they have exposed the trusting nature of our community, mm-hmm, and the gullibility of our people sometimes.
Right, that's the same problem he has as our wax.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you could go on YouTube and learn or think you're learning how to do just about anything now. People, sure, think they can go on YouTube and learn how to do neurosurgery or heart surgery. I can teach you within 15 minutes, Levan, how to put braces on. Okay. It's not a difficult procedure to glue metal on the teeth. That's not rocket science. Right. But that's not what orthodontists are trained to do. Okay. We're trained to move teeth and jaws into position, okay, so that we could create the healthiest, most attractive smile and face. Okay. You don't learn that overnight. Right. So to become an orthodontist takes a long time. Mm-hmm. It takes 11 to 12 years to become an orthodontist. Wow. Yeah. You don't learn that in a year. You don't learn that in a few years. And then after you become an orthodontist, after I became a specialist, I'm doing continuing education training throughout the year. Mm-hmm. I've already been to 3 courses for the year so far. Wow. And I have 2 or 3 coming up. Wow. So I'm constantly sharpening my skills after 35 years of experience in treating more than 20, 30,000 patients. Right, you almost could do this with one hand now. Yeah, but what I'm saying is the profession is constantly changing. Mm-hmm. The way I was trained 35 years ago to be an orthodontist, I do pretty much nothing the same way. Okay. Because we've learned to do it better. Okay. So if you're an orthodontist and you're still doing it the way you were taught 10 years ago, you're pretty much obsolete. Okay. if you're not constantly upgrading and evolving and staying on top of your game. So for people to believe that they could go to somebody and sit, on their porch and get braces and think they're being treated, that's very foolish. That's very foolish. And if somebody believes that they can actually treat a person after going on YouTube and watching a video, that is criminal.
How dangerous is it, though?
That is extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
Extremely dangerous. I spend at least 30% of my practice correcting work that patients have had from their friend, their cousin,
the Jamaican boyfriend.
The Jamaican boyfriend, whomever.
Yeah.
80% of braces, people who you see walking around with braces on, are not being treated by specialists. We only have 3 orthodontic specialists in the Bahamas right now. 3. Okay? There's myself, there's Dr. Willie Thompson, and Dr. Andre Rollins.
Right.
We're the only 3 people who are specialists, orthodontists in the Bahamas. If your dentist is putting on braces, he is in his legal, or she is in her legal right to do that.
Right.
But understand, he or she is not trained.
Right, in orthodontistry.
Exactly. So don't expect to get the same result that you would get from an orthodontist.
Absolutely.
An experienced orthodontist who's been doing it for 35 years.
Right.
And they're charging the same thing I'm charging.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I want to put that in context, right, just for the people that are listening. So if you drive a Mercedes, right, you know that, yes, it is a car. And if you ever drive a Mercedes, you may never want to drive another type of car. But you do not ever make the practice of taking the Mercedes that you bought with your money and taking it to your uncle who does fix car.
And expect for the Mercedes to run properly.
Right. Because while it is a car, in the case of the dentist, while these are teeth, there are just some things about the intricacies of a Mercedes that you need a fellow with a special tool to fix. You need a fellow with a special depth of knowledge to fix. You need a fellow who has had some experience in Mercedes issues. Because I'll tell you this, even as the owner of the Mercedes, you own it long enough, you begin to know Mercedes problems.
Yeah.
But even your general assessment of what your Mercedes problem could be, when the guy with the specialty tool plugs it in, you realize that you're having a symptom from a problem that could be the problem you suspected, but you may also be having a problem from a module control responsible for the system that is responsible for the problem that you suspect.
In other words, it's far more complex
it's a complex issue.
Than meets the eye.
Right.
Exactly. Part of the problem is, if you're going to be treated properly, you need to be diagnosed properly.
Sure.
So you have to understand what the problem is before you could come up with a game plan. So the most important part of treatment is figuring out what is the problem.
Sure.
And that's not always as easy as you may think. Then you need to come up with a treatment plan, a game plan to correct the problem. Then you have to have the ability to use the orthodontic materials to accomplish what you plan to do.
Sure.
So that's very complex. You don't learn that overnight.
Yeah.
Or you don't learn that on YouTube.
In the University of YouTube.
No, you don't.
Right.
It's impossible.
Right.
And so it hurts my heart when I see patients come in, they've been treated for a year or 2, and I said, but your problem wasn't treated. What you need, they're not even addressing. And they break down, they cry, and I said, well, didn't you know this person was not a specialist? And I said, they would tell me invariably, I didn't know they'd tell me they do braces. That's what that's their response.
Right. If you hear I just do braces, that's probably not an orthodontist.
But that's why I'm here today, to help people.
So here's the thing, Doc. Let me ask you this question.
And just before you say that, a lot of people say, well, Dr. Russell just want my money. Look, it's beyond that now. I've been doing this, like I said, for 35 years. I have a brand. I don't have to go out and beg people to come.
Sure. Sure.
I have a waiting list.
Sure.
Okay. So,
and you're one of the few people I know who have a building name after them.
Well, it's named after my parents.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not doing this for money.
Yeah.
I'm doing this because I really want I'm passionate about orthodontics.
Sure.
And I have a responsibility, I feel, to protect the specialty and to help the public make wise decisions.
Yeah.
You know,
But okay, so Doc, here's something that I've noticed, right? I noticed that there were many trends, and at some point I see people treating braces as a trend, and I don't want people at home to think that all we're talking about is braces, because there are some people that will never wear braces that feel like, if God give me this jawline, this is the jawline God want me to have, right?
Absolutely.
And I get that, but I mean, yeah, your jawline could be horrible, you could still keep these teeth healthy.
Yes.
And so there are some practices that I see were quite prevalent in the 90s, the jewelry in the mouth, right? Some girls I know wore the diamonds.
Yeah.
Others let their cousin or their Jamaican boyfriend put in their gold tip. And now the chickens are coming home to roost.
Yeah.
If you look at many of them, the teeth are discolored.
Yeah.
If you look at some of them, the teeth either has hairline fractures that you can easily see without any form of magnifying glass.
Yeah.
And in the horrendous cases, some of them have teeth that you can smell from the six-leg roundabout, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you say, well, I didn't want to go to a specialist, or I didn't want to go to an actual dentist, or, you know, my cousin could do it for me. And you paid him $350, $450, $1,000. But now you still have to come to the professional. And so technically you've paid
Twice.
to lose a teeth or tooth. And now you have to come to pay to replace a tooth. When you could have, at the onset, paid to properly fix, maintain, or adjust your... And I don't know. Doc, I'll tell you. You know, when I spoke to you about it on the phone, you said, wow, I'm very, you know, fascinated that you would have this as something in your mind. It is because I don't think everybody can see it.
We bear our heads in the sand. I mean, priorities. You know, people would go to Miami on a weekend and they'd blow $6,000 to party.
Yeah.
And in their mind, that's good money. That money was spent wisely, and I enjoyed myself.
Right.
But they'll have a problem spending a couple $100, you know, to get the teeth clean.
Yeah.
And so it comes down to what's important. And so we have to make this important. And so you inviting me here today, hopefully this would resonate with somebody. Yeah. Well, more than somebody, a few people, a lot of people. And make it a priority.
To the people though that says, it's too costly. It's I see somebody's commenting saying that if something go wrong with your teeth, you need land papers to check on it. That's not what I found.
That's not the case.
I was on an able seaman salary when I had both my mother and my brother in braces. Exactly. I was on an able seaman salary.
Right. You know, having braces, if you need braces, basically it's going to cost you about $200 a month. Right. Okay? Most people, working people, if it's important, they can put that in their budget at some point, even if they have to plan for it. Right. And wait, 6 months to a year. But most people can come up with $150 to $200 a month for their braces. Sure. So it's not out of the reach of most people if you live within your income.
And if you decide what a priority matters to you, right? Like, I think you said you were 64.
Yeah.
All right. At 64, from where I can see, you have a full mouth of teeth.
Yes.
They all look wonderful and shiny. Yeah. I can take you to men that are 64.
Oh.
And I mean, I want to faint.
Yeah.
And I think about people that have public ambition. I think about people that have just personal ambitions, right? Like, so, no, you may not want to be Prime Minister of the Bahamas, but you might want to be a local businessman in your community.
Look, a great smile is important for everybody. And everybody, a great smile is in the reach of anybody now. There's no reason for anybody to walk around with a snagged mouth, with teeth that are dropping out of their mouth. Right. I mean, it's unprofessional, it's unsightly, it's unhealthy. Right. It's just...
and it's uncomfortable.
And it's unnecessary. Right. Okay? And these are people who want to be up in your mouth, up in your face.
That's my point. And so the uncomfortability I speak about is, I imagine it is uncomfortable for you as the person with the tooth, because I don't understand why these aren't hurting you. And then secondly, it is uncomfortable for me as the person that you continue to engage in conversation, because now I have to keep looking at the green dot on the wall rather than just look at you when I talk.
Exactly. So how do we change this mindset? Mm-hmm. It has to start early.
Sure.
Children should start seeing a dentist at age 2.
Okay.
By age 2, you should start taking your children to see a pediatric dentist if possible.
Okay.
The same way you take your child to see a pediatrician, you should be taking your child to see a pediatric dentist, not a general dentist, because general dentists do not have the specialty sometimes to manage younger children.
Sure.
And yes, baby teeth are important to take care of, folks, okay? They're very important to take care of. But not only that, you want your child to develop a relationship with a dental professional very early, because you want to avoid dental phobias from developing. If your child's first visit to the dentist is for a painful reason, it's all downhill from there.
Yeah, it's traumatic.
It's traumatic, it's downhill. So the first permanent tooth comes in at age 6. But that tooth is in the back of the mouth. And so a child does not need to lose a baby tooth for that first permanent molar to come in. So most parents have no idea when the first permanent tooth comes in, because parents are waiting for a baby tooth to fall out to be replaced by a permanent tooth. Well, the first molar comes in at age 6. 4 of them, 2 in the upper and 2 in the lower.
Right.
They come in behind all of the baby teeth. And so at that point, it's really important for those permanent teeth to have sealants placed on them. What are sealants? Sealants are kind of like a vaccine, if you may want to, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
But basically, it's just a clear plastic material that's flowed into the cracks where cavities form.
Okay.
They're cheap. They're painless. It's done quickly. So every 6-year-old should get sealants placed on those molars. Why? Because children eat candy. And they don't brush well.
Right.
So those 6-year molars, first molars, in the Bahamas, invariably,
Go missing.
in 90% of the cases, by the time that child is 12, has a huge filling, a huge cavity that has a huge filling as a result. But most of the time, the tooth has to be removed, because by the time the child is in so much pain and the mother takes the child to the dentist, the dentist says, well, I can't save this tooth. It's too late. That's a shame. That's actually child neglect.
Wow.
That's how I see it.
Sure.
And so we don't want to wait to take our children to the dentist at age 12. Like I said, they should start at age 2 and have the teeth cleaned at least once a year. And then when those molars come in at age 6, have those sealed. And then they should go once a year moving forward.
That's information that I didn't even have, because with my sons, I started at primary school, right? Which is around the time teeth start going missing. Right? And I have a rule. Your teeth, there are only 2 things you need after, or there are only 2 things you should have after death. I told you this.
Yes.
Teeth and salvation. You're going to need them both.
You can need them.
Right? And it is because your teeth are a permanent part of your life. They shouldn't be going missing.
No.
Right? If you think about your tooth as a US $100 bill, no one loses those. I don't care where you are in the world, you do not lose a US $100 bill. And that's how you have to see teeth, right? And so for my sons, for me it was grade 1, 5.5-ish, 6-ish. So even I didn't have that information. But I take them to a hygienist who again, I credit for the health of my teeth. And even when I had to switch hygienist, I go to Gia Bethel now, and she's brilliant.
Great.
Right? Before her, Charlene Pierre, who was absolutely brilliant.
By the way, let me put a plug in here. We have a shortage of dental hygienists in the Bahamas.
Really?
It's a great profession. You can become a dental hygienist right out of high school with 2 years of college.
Okay.
Dental hygiene school. And you can make $1,000 a week.
You could go to dental hygiene school, straight out of high school, and come back and make $1,000 a week.
And up.
I was making $1,000 a week at one point, and I had to be doing construction outside for that, in the sun.
And we have a shortage of dental hygienists.
And we have a shortage of dental hygienists. But is this something that is known?
Well, that's why I'm here today, and I wanted to make sure that I got that in.
Okay.
So young people, male and female,
yeah,
I need you to go to dental hygiene school if you're interested in the dental profession. It's a wonderful, wonderful profession, and I encourage you all to consider dental hygiene, you can do it in 2 years. There's some schools in Jamaica, but Miami-Dade has a great program.
Yeah.
That's the closest one in the U.S. So consider that. You can work 4 days a week,
have weekends off.
and make $1,500 a week.
Wow, man, I want to go back to the. Why did I study psychology? That took me 2 years. I could have been a dental hygienist.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, that's actually something that I don't.
My
think people
dental
are aware.
hygienist is going on maternity leave next month.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be gone for 3 months. I don't have a dental hygienist.
I need to
for
fill
3
in
months.
For her. I need to fill in for her. You think I could transfer my credits and?
So I'm looking for a dental hygienist to fill in for 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into that at some point in the show, the importance, because I used to have a dentist to my cleanings, etc. Right. Brilliant dentist, by the way. Owen Bastian was my dentist for a very long time. As a matter of fact, on record, he's still my dentist.
Okay.
Right. But I don't know. I mean, I met a hygienist who walked me through why I should have a hygienist clean my teeth, not a dentist.
Actually, I agree with her.
Yeah. She sold me, right?
Yeah, I agree with her.
And from that day to this day, I've been having a hygienist clean my
See,
teeth.
dental hygienists specialize in cleaning teeth.
In hygiene, yes.
You know, that's what they do.
Yeah.
That's all they do. I'm an orthodontist. That's all I do.
Right.
So yeah, if you can get a specialist to do your work, that's what you want to do.
Yeah. And so Barack Obama once said that he thinks politics is the only profession where people want novices. Somehow, if you want to go on a plane, you want the best and most trained pilot you could find. If you go out to sea, you want the best and most trained seaman you could find. But somehow, everybody wants the politician to be a new guy, and that he believed that was, what contributed to a lot of the frustration people felt, because politicians largely were learning on the job. But I feel similarly about the dental profession, right? And we're going to get into cosmetic dentistry at some point.
Sure.
Because everybody in orthodontics appears to want the fast fix these days.
Well, in life, we want the fast fix.
It's becoming so pervasive.
Yeah.
With teeth these days, right?
It's because of these things.
Yeah.
These things.
And I've seen people who, I had a friend of mine, and they went somewhere and they told me that they went and they saw an orthodontist because they needed a bridge and la da 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 da. This bridge looked like a bridge over troubled water. This bridge is the most unsightly thing. I didn't know teeth could be fat.
Well, here's what happened. I can tell you what happened. So, teeth are supposed to be a certain size anatomically in order for them to look natural.
Sure.
If you have a lot of spaces and you go and get veneers or bridge work to fill in the spaces, you're closing up the spaces.
That's why they have horsey teeth.
But now you have some horse teeth.
Yeah, they have horsey teeth.
And so it looks unnatural, it looks unsightly, it's ugly.
Right.
What they should have done was get the right spacing done first with orthodontics.
Right.
And then get the veneers or bridge work done after. Kind of like when you build a house. You got to put the foundation on, the walls got to go up before you put the roof on.
Right.
You can't put the roof on if you don't have the walls up properly.
Right. And the columns need steel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you want a quick fix to close up spaces, so you go and get veneers and you end up with horse teeth, that's why. You want a quick fix.
So there are people.
We do it much quicker now. What used to take me 2 years with braces, say 15, 20 years ago, I can do it in half time now. We also now are doing clear aligner treatment, Invisalign treatment. And so we're doing that a lot now. And so technology has allowed us to have more flexibility in terms of what we can do for our adult patients. Because we understand adult patients, they're a little nervous sometimes about wearing braces.
But if your teeth are going to be with you until you die, then what is 3 years?
Well, and it doesn't take us 3 years. Like I said, what used to take us 2 years, we can do it in a year now. Most people, within 6 months, I could give them a beautiful smile.
A reasonably good smile.
Yeah, most people within 6 months.
Sure.
So treatments now are a lot shorter. And sometimes we can do a hybrid. They may wear braces for 6 months, and then we'll use clear aligners, Invisalign, maybe for another 9 months. And so together, doing it hybridly, we don't have to have them in braces for a year or a year and a half.
Sure. Here's the question I want to ask, right? What or is there any, and I'm sure I know the answer, but what do you say to the people that make the investment? We're going to go to the break, but what do you say to the people that make the investment in proper teeth alignment, proper teeth placement, et cetera, but then that still practice poor dental hygiene?
Well, I mean, they're shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, if you're going to spend the time and money to have all this work done and then you're not going to protect, that's like buying a Mercedes-Benz and never get a service.
Yeah.
I mean, that's stupid. Why would you spend $100,000 on a car and never take it for service?
Or like buying a Mercedes-Benz and then letting your brother thief the gas from the plant to put in your Mercedes in a plastic jug.
I mean,
that would be stupid.
No, that'd be stupid. So we gotta maintain what we have.
Yeah. All right, you hear the jingle. That means we're going to the break. I doing this show for the whole 2 hours because I trying to shift y'all culture. Y'all teeth look bad. We fixing that here today on Freedom March, so don't go anywhere. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller, and you're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM, or on channel 224 or on channel 112. That's on cable and on Flow. And who knows, maybe you're listening over there on ILTV Studios on Facebook. But wherever you're listening, and I know you all want the fanfare, you know. See, because I know they already say the trigger word for the week. Haitians. Ooh. You watch Lion King? Mufasa. Oh, the name's so powerful. Just run a shimmer down my spine. Let's say it again. Mufasa. Ooh. Mufasa. Ooh. Mufasa. 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 Ooh. And so we know that if you say the words sissy or Haitian, Bahamians go wild. And so I imagine you all out there having hot flashes and fevers in the news and in the social spaces. And then, of course, there was the speak from Lyle Bethel, who I promise you, I ain't letting get away from me. As my Grammy would say, as sure as twice one is two. I have some words to say about Lyle tomorrow. But today, as we would say in the church I grew up in, the Lord has laid it on my heart because I can simply suffer with you all no longer. And I want to help you all. I want to help you all. And I want to give you all the gift of information. I don't know. Maybe while Doc is here, he might throw in 2 free consults or something. I don't know. But I'm giving you all what I could give, which is the gift of information. Because to know better and to not do better is folly in itself. And certainly, you don't want to be an idiot. So you should amend your ways or mend your ways once you learn better. All right, so let's get to some birthdays and then we'll go back to my guests. What do we have here? Clinton, happy 7th birthday to our handsome twin boys, Alpha and Alvin Clinton. From your parents, grandparents, and the entire family, we love you and will ensure you enjoy your day. Happy 3rd birthday goes to Sharon Williams Jr. All right, and then of course it's happy 23rd birthday to Marlon Centelis Jr., who celebrates his special day today. Birthday wishes, love and celebration from Dashi, Daniel, your mom, and your family, and your friends. We love you. Enjoy your day. I wonder if he's related to Sheila Centelis that did my Bahamian print shirts last week, by the way. I'm wearing one again tomorrow, so tune in for that so you can see. And I see some other people had on their Bahamian print shirt. I want to tell you all, your Bahamian print shirt can't shake a stick next to my Bahamian print shirt. So I want to tell Sheila thank you again for those shirts. Then we have good day. Please wish Ambera. Is this Ambera? So Ambera, or is that Ambera? Ambera Seymour. Happy birthday from her mother, Linda, father, Gary, sisters and brothers, nephew and nieces, and Gertrude. We love you. Thank you very much. So Ambira, Gertrude say hello. So does your mommy and your daddy, and they say happy birthday. Then there's happy birthday, Clayton Panza from his wife, Letitia, son, Case, mother, McKay, father, Clay, all of his family and friends, especially his auntie Shelley. Enjoy your special day. They love you loads. And then there's happy 9th birthday, Daniel, or Daniel. Is this Daniel? Probably Daniel. D-A-N-E-L-L-E. I'm going to say Daniel. May your day be filled with joy, laughter, and love from your family and friends. May God's blessing and grace be with you always, guiding you on your journey and filling your life with happiness. May you continue to grow in wisdom, strength, and love, coming from your mom, dad, sisters, brother, and your Grammy. And then, last but not least, Jamal, good afternoon. Hope all is well. Can you please wish happy birthday to Jamal Wallace from his wife, Rashan, his daughters, Haley and Harper, and his son, Hunter. Happy birthday, Jamal. And so, that's it. That's it for birthdays here from Freedom March. And we go back to my guest, Dr. Barry Russell, who is here helping us fight, I'm calling it an epidemic, fight back the epidemic of bad mouthness. That's what I'm calling it, because you all need saving. And I am here to bring you all the information to arm yourselves with. And we're taking calls too. So please feel free to call. You all know the number, 323-7775, 698-0775, or 698-0776. for the children them in the car, because the children them in the car say the number for our stock. So for the children them and the baby them, the numbers are 323-7775 or 698-0775. All right, so that to cover the children and the baby them. So Doc, we got on the break. We're back from the break. We talked about the folly in spending or investing to actually get the teeth straightened, aligned, beautified, and then not maintaining them. But the question that comes to my mind now is, what does wholesome maintenance look like? What does maintenance that reduces chronic things like periodontal disease, like halitosis, like bad breathness? Because I think some of it past halitosis, Doc. I can't find a medical terminology for it. Halitosis is just too medical. That ain't addressing it. The bad smelling mouthness. What does a day or a week of proper dental care look like?
Great question. So what you're asking for is a prescription.
Yes.
To rid one of halitosis or bad breath. Stink mouth.
Yeah, mouth smell badness.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. Let's get real and remove all the fancy talk.
Sure.
So here's a prescription, guys. I want you to brush your teeth 3 times a day.
3.
Not once, not twice, 3 times a day. All right? I want you to brush before you leave the house. I need you to brush sometime in the early afternoon. And the most important time to brush is just before you go to bed at night.
So let's narrow that for them. That's when you go in the week, before happy hour. Because at any minute you come to happy hour with your breath smelling bad, that makes the hour very sad. And then when you then smoke all them cigars and drink all that red wine and go home, brush your teeth. That's your treat.
That's your treat. Now, if you want to impress me, throw in a 4. Throw in a 4.
Okay.
You travel toothbrush, put that in your purse, in your pocket, and you can brush after lunch.
Okay.
Okay? And that will really impress me. Particularly if you wear braces, I need you to throw in a 4th brush.
Sure.
It's important once you brush before you go to bed at night not to eat or drink anything after that.
I still ain't mastered that one yet, Doc.
That's important.
I try.
That's really important.
I try.
The reason why is because, see, at nighttime is when you're sleeping, the saliva in your mouth is not constantly being renewed.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there, stale saliva. When you mix that with the sugars that you may have eaten, that the cookies or those chips or whatever just before you go to bed.
I like to drink an energy drink. Damn,
oh yeah, that's plenty sugar.
Yeah, they got me.
When you mix that with bacteria, you're creating an acid that is very destructive to the teeth and gums.
Okay.
So that's why it's so important for you to brush just before you go to bed at night and not eat after.
Okay.
Now, flossing. Very few Bahamians floss.
Flossing is a case word around here.
Yeah, very few. And everybody have an excuse.
Right.
Or try to use some sort of technique or method. They would buy some gimmick that tells them, well, if you use this, you don't have to floss.
Yeah. Someone told me say they teeth too tight. Someone told me that.
That's a bunch of stupidness, okay?
It sounds stupid.
Because if you're using waxed floss, waxed floss can get between anybody's teeth, okay? But you want the floss to go under the gums, between the teeth, because that's where gum disease starts. It starts under the gums, between the teeth. That's where a lot of cavities also form.
Okay.
That's where the toothbrush can't go.
Right.
And so that's why it's so critical, guys, for you to floss. Now, ideally, I want you to floss daily.
Right.
But if you could floss for me whenever, if you could give it to me just at least 3 times
a week. 3 a week. 3 a week is a good comfortable number.
Let's start 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And work our way up to daily.
Yeah.
And once you get the technique down, you'll be able to do it quickly.
Right.
And when you can do it quickly, then you can do it every day.
Sure.
But at least let's start with 3. Okay? And like I said, it's something that you can't avoid, because if you want to avoid bad breath, you have to do it. If you want excellent oral health, you have to floss. There's no way around it.
Right.
You can brush 10 times a day.
Right, but if you ain't flossing.
But if you're not flossing, you're still going to have problems.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's one of those necessary things that you just gotta do if you want to be healthy. And like I said, if you have infected gums, infection does not stay in the mouth.
In the mouth, yeah.
So if you want to be a healthy individual, if you want longevity, good health, well into your latter years, you need good oral health.
Mm-hmm.
So don't take this lightly.
Right.
You have to scrape your tongue daily.
Right.
Buy a tongue scraper because the tongue houses a lot of bacteria at the very back of your tongue.
Right.
So when you scrape your tongue, you have to go all the way, put the tongue scraper to the back of your tongue.
At the gag.
Yes, just before you gag, and pull forward, and you will be shocked at the gook that comes out of your mouth, off of your tongue.
Yeah.
So if you want to maintain a fresh mouth, you got to scrape your tongue daily.
Mm-hmm.
You have to floss daily. You have to brush 3 times a day. Believing that you could rinse with Listerine and keep a fresh breath and not brush and floss and scrape your tongue is foolish thinking.
Right.
Because Listerine will give you a fresh breath for 5 minutes. And then the halitosis return if you're not doing these other things.
Right.
Rinsing with a good mouthwash like Listerine is important because it reduces the bacteria.
Sure.
The mouth has a lot of bacteria. And so we want to reduce the bacteria in the mouth. So doing all this regimen is what I'm giving you right now to cure bad breath or halitosis. You have to get your teeth clean 2 to 3 times a year professionally with a dental hygienist.
Right. So not from your Jamaican boyfriend.
Not from your Jamaican boyfriend. All right? That's important.
Yeah.
The reason why it's important is because something builds up on your teeth called calculus. Calculus is a very hard cement material that collects on all of our teeth.
Yeah, I see it.
And it has to be removed with a dental instrument. That's why you have to have it done professionally twice a year at least.
Well, what does that lead to? There's like because there's sometimes I see people teeth and they have this thing that you call calculus.
Calculus.
Building up, and I fear I'm not a dentist, but I fear that, man, this thing is now conjoining teeth.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So some people who have lost all of the bone support from around their teeth because they have been neglecting their oral health. Well, yeah, calculus is holding these teeth together. It's what we call splinting the teeth together.
Wow.
But that's no reason not to get your teeth clean.
I mean, but can you still safely remove it at that level?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can. You can.
Wow.
Absolutely. You can remove the calculus, and then you may have to do what we call a splint. Put some wire on the inside surface of the teeth to hold the teeth together. If they've lost most of their bone support.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get to that. I'm trying to give you this prescription so you won't get to that point.
Right.
Like I said, you have to get your teeth clean 2 to 3 times a year. With your hygienist. If you do these things, guys, if you do these things consistently, there's no reason for you to develop any advanced oral health issue because your hygienist and your dentist, because you should be when you go to see your hygienist, at least one of those visits, your dentist should see you, will find any small issues that can be taken care of quickly, inexpensively, and pain-free, so that you don't have to end up having painful, expensive, long procedures later on.
Sure.
I mean, just prevention. I mean, that's true for our entire health, right?
Yeah, prevention is
most
the
of us wait until we advance, hypertensive, our pressure through the roof, our blood sugar is sky high, our cholesterol is high, we need to lose 80 pounds. And then
we say, Lord, deliver me from this.
Then we go see our doctor. The doctor said, look, if you don't do something, you could be dead in 6 months.
And then you say something so stupid like, the doctor say I could be dead, but whose report will I believe?
Yeah.
You should just stop eating the fried chicken.
And then you start wrong, but the devil is a lie and all kind of stupid.
And the devil's sitting there like, me?
Like, I get nothing to do with that.
Wasn't even in this.
But it's a mentality. It's a psyche that we need to break in our country.
Sure.
And that's my pet peeve. I'm for the past 20 years, I've been a student of longevity and wellness, anti-aging. And it happened because I lost 5 family members between January and October 20 years ago.
Wow.
I lost my mother, 2 sisters, a brother, and a close cousin. And I said to myself, I have the same genes that they have. If I do the same things that they were doing, I'm going to end up dying prematurely. And so I took a deep dive into wellness and anti-aging and longevity, and I've learned a lot.
Right.
So you asked the question earlier. You said, "Doc, you're looking well for 64."
Yeah.
And I attribute a lot of that to some things that I've been doing for the past 20 years.
Okay.
And I thank God that I came across that information, but I was forced to.
Okay.
And that's usually what happens in life, right? We do things when we're forced to.
Sure.
And because I lost close family members.
That's how I stopped eating franchise food. So I don't eat franchise food.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, after my dad died,
I don't
that
either.
was my first.
Well, that's one of the greatest things you could do for yourself.
Yeah, my daddy died, and I didn't think he could die, right? Because
none of us think our fathers could die.
No, but my daddy really couldn't die.
Yeah,
Like
mine either.
My daddy had been bitten by a shark in 80 feet of water, thrown from a crane, flipped over on the back of a truck.
Oh, he's real Superman.
He couldn't die.
Yeah, Evil Knievel.
And then he lays down one morning at 6 a.m. and just dies, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of put me in touch with my human mortality. And so right away, I stopped drinking sodas, stopped drinking juice, stopped eating franchise food, and I haven't for 9 years. The stress of college brought sodas back, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to kick the habit again.
80-20. I mean, if you do the right things 80% of the time, you can get away falling off the horse 20% of the time.
Yeah. But I've never really had like addiction issues, so I feel like it's something I should just be able to cut off. Yeah. But for right now, it's sodas, and at one point in my life, there was a girl that I couldn't shake either.
Yeah.
Well, the girl's gone, so I figured the sodas might be next, right? Ah, boy. Anyway.
You're trending in the right direction.
Indeed. So for the people that want to play devil advocate, Doc, and that one that says, well, it took Dr. Russell 12, 15, 20 years to learn what he's learned. Sure, I can't learn it on YouTube, but certainly I could become an orthodontist in 2 years or 3 years. I don't need to do, and I could tell you as somebody that has gone to college, right? I studied psychology, but I could tell you they was there asking me about indices and what else did I do that I thought was a complete and utter waste of my time? Oh yes, we did the in geography. I did the shifting of rocks on a plate tectonic. And none of this would make me a better psychologist, right?
No, it'll make you more knowledgeable human being, though.
Or maybe I would run into a geologist at some point in my practice, and we could talk. I could talk to him about rocks. Who knows?
So maybe you might have a guest one day comes in who's a geologist, and you can
but outside of that, this wouldn't help me as a psychologist. So what do you say to the people like that who say, I don't need to do 20 years to be a Barry Russell? I could do it in 3 years. I could do it in 2 years.
Hey, on what planet can they do that? That's impossible. No accredited university, dental school, or orthodontic specialty program has such a program that could make you an orthodontist in 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
And so what credentials are you going to have, and how are you going to execute that body of knowledge?
They may be like Alec. Alec say
how are you going to download that?
Alec said he could take you on tours at Cat Island because he's a certified cave tour specialist. They said, well, Alec, who certified you? Alec said, I certified myself.
Well, Alec, good like that.
Yeah, so just for the people that will say, oh, well, Barry went to school in the old times. No one does that anymore.
You know what? Because a lot of times you don't know what you don't know.
Correct. That is the one thing you don't know.
And people who say that don't know what they don't know.
Yeah, sure.
And they're just being ignorant.
Sure.
The specialty of orthodontics has been around for centuries. And so a protocol has been established to train orthodontists.
Okay.
And it's been tried, proven, tested. And this is how it's done.
This is the formula.
If you want to be an orthodontist.
Sure.
And even after becoming an orthodontist, I've learned more orthodontics after I became a specialist.
Okay.
Because you have to be a lifelong learner.
Right.
Because These phones that we have in our hand today are powerful computers.
If you use them for more than gossip and porn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, when I came home 35 years ago, we didn't have
Yeah.
powerful computers in our hands.
Indeed.
And so the world is rapidly evolving and changing, and so you can't stay stagnant.
Sure.
And so you have to constantly be learning. And as a professional, if you're not doing that, you're not doing your patients a service.
Sure. We spoke about the defective jewelry in the mouth of the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Two things I want to make sure that I get you to specifically address, because I'm not sure if you did. Like, is there any way through orthodontistry to correct some of that? Because, you know, some of those people actually shave their perfectly good tooth.
Yeah. Well, that's done through cosmetic dentistry and prosthetic dentistry. I wouldn't be doing that as an orthodontist.
Okay.
But the dental profession, yes, we can fix that.
Okay, sure.
That's easy to fix.
And then the second thing I want to ask is, because I don't know how this became a trend, particularly among black people, right? But the fellas with this bunch of clip-on gold in their mouth,
That drives me insane.
Oh
that
boy.
drives me mad.
Oh boy, you have no idea.
But it's cool in certain circles, you know, in that hip
Where?
hop culture. In that hip hop culture.
Why do
I
I
don't know.
I think a clip-on tie is weird.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So I can't imagine like a clip-on.
I tie my bow ties. So
Yeah,
I can't even clip on a clip-on bow tie.
Yeah, it's weird to me,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I can't imagine that I have this jawline of teeth that I just clip into my mouth whenever I'm ready. It's kind of strange when you think about it.
Culture is a serious thing, you know, and in certain cultures and certain genres, that's cool. That gives you stripes.
Wow.
Well, I will never be a part of that culture.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know what the social symbolism behind it is, actually.
I don't either, and I don't want to know.
Yeah. That's crazy. So I want to take some phone calls, Doc.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. We'll go to the phone lines. The phone lines open 323-7775, 698-0775. I do want to say this, though, Doc. This is completely sidebar and off topic. So I graduated with my associates last week, right? My friends are all giving me fancy things. But today, I actually got called from one of my friends. Hold on, call, I'm coming. I got called by one of my friends, Mr. Butler, Henry Butler, down at Tab, the magnetic shocking people. And it's always a wonderful experience, right? But can I please tell you, I went down there today, and I had the wonderful opportunity of running into a lady that says that she partners with Mr. Butler. What is the name of this place? The Blue Zone. She does massage therapy.
Oh, okay.
She's been doing it for 18 years. And I have a hyper extended PD tendon. So I have plantar fasciitis in my right foot.
In your right foot.
Right. And man, this woman massaged my foot so good. I feel like she poured the blood of Jesus on it. My foot never...
It's not like I need to go see her.
As a matter of fact, Henry, can I please come back again tomorrow? It was fantastic. As I'm sitting here talking to you, right? Because I always can feel my right foot. It's strange to explain to people. Like, I tell people my right foot is always hurting. And they say, what do you mean it's hurting? Like, it's not, I'm going to die hurting. But
It's
just
nagging.
just like the teeth in your mouth, you know you have teeth. You shouldn't feel your teeth.
Yeah.
And so the plantar fasciitis in my right foot, see how good I am at calling the thing now? It always makes me aware that I have a right foot. Which is a very nagging thing.
Do you put orthotics in your shoes?
I tried that. I hate it.
Okay, yeah, it's uncomfortable.
And I feel like it triggers pain elsewhere, like in my lower hip and that kind of
well,
stuff.
that's another problem. You don't want that.
Right. And so, but listen to me. If she could do that there every once a week, I'd take it. And so I want everybody, listen, I told her when I met her, this is how she did it. I told her only my Grammy could rub the pain out, and my Grammy put olive oil on it and sing Nearer My God to Thee. She said, well, I'm not going to sing Nearer My God to Thee for you, but when I'm done, your foot won't be hating anymore. And praise the Lord, this foot is healed.
She hooked you up.
This foot is healed. So Henry Butler and my friends down at Tab, I want to say thank you all so much for my graduation gift. We'll be right back on Freedom March. Welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller. You're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM, on channel 224 or on channel 112. That's cable and flow. And of course, listening to us on ILTV Studios or wherever you're listening to us. And of course, I'm not saying that for you if you're already listening to me. I'm saying that so that you could get on the phone and call your friend and tell them to not listen to whatever else that is they're listening to and come over here and listen to us. Because on Freedom March, you know, our goal is to inform, educate, and sometimes we entertain, eh? And so I've gone and I've gotten the guru for you all today, the father of orthodontics in the Bahamas, he calls himself, Dr. Barry Russell, who is here telling us about how you could stop walking around with whatever that is you have going on in your mouth, and you could lead a life of healthy, wholesome, holistic dental hygiene, right? And before we went to the break, I had to send a special shout out, Doc. Doc, you got to check this out. I'm going to give you the number, I promise, for Tia, the therapist. That's what she calls herself. Okay. Man, listen to me.
I got to go check out.
I tell you, it feel like she sprinkled the blood of Jesus on my foot. My foot never feel like this from my foot feel like it just leave PMH in 1985. That's how it feel today, and so I want to say thank you to her, wherever she is today. But let's go to the phone lines. We got calls on the line, 323-7775. 698-0775. Dr. Russell is with me. He's an orthodontist by training. Do you do any dentistry at all?
No, I specialize in orthodontics, and that's all I do.
Okay, and then but you offer hygienist services.
Yes.
At your, okay, that's fantastic. So he could clean your teeth and then make them look brilliant, and then when they take off the metal, you can clean your teeth again. You can't mess that up. All right. So let's take some phone calls. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What happened, Mr. Miller, to spiritual advisor?
The spiritual advisor has gone to the mountain in search of more holy scripture, and he will be back soon. She gone?
Oh.
Yeah. So you just hold on to the faith. The spiritual advisor will return.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, let's take another one. You know, like how Jesus told the disciples on the Mount Transfiguration, keep looking up, for the same way that I go on, I shall return. Yeah. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hi, good day, Yvonne. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. This young woman there.
Oh, praise the Lord. You sound safe.
Hi, Dr. Barry Russell. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well.
I called just to attest your work.
Okay. Well, tell us about it.
My daughter is one of your patients.
Ah, okay.
Came in about 4 months ago, and she had a gap in like an open gate.
Yes.
And I cannot believe it's like within 3 months, her gap was already closed.
Wow.
Wow.
So I can say I did my research, and I'm glad that I keep on board with you.
Yeah, you didn't take her to your cousin or your Jamaican boyfriend.
No, I couldn't let them play with my child.
All right, that was a good call. That was a good call. That was a good call.
Well, thank you for having confidence.
Thank you so much, Dr. Russell.
Well, thank you for your confidence and bringing your daughter to me, and I'll make sure I take very good care of her for you.
Yeah, and your girls who you have working with you,
Yes.
pleasant from you open the door.
There's some wonderful team members that I have.
Yeah, because of good leadership. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, caller. 323-7775, 698-0775. And Barry Russell, you know, they special over there, right? So, like, your teeth could look good and your mouth could smell good when you leave. And, you know, and what about discoloration, Doc? Like, y'all could do something for that?
We do a lot of whitening, actually.
Because some of these teeth, I don't know what color they are.
We do a lot of whitening once we take the braces off.
Okay. Yeah. And he can make your teeth white again.
And what we also do is we do a lot of contouring, cosmetic contouring of the gums.
Okay.
And the reason why we do that is because think of the gums as the framing of your smile.
Sure.
You could have a beautiful painting, a beautiful piece of artwork.
Right.
But if you have the wrong frame, it just takes away from it. So
go fix that too.
And so what I discovered was, you know, I want to showcase my orthodontic work.
Sure.
So I decided to start using a laser to contour the gums of my patients once I take the brackets off, the braces off. And it's amazing how that has enhanced the overall finish.
Y'all see what I'm doing for you all here today?
And then we whiten teeth after we do that.
Y'all see what I'm doing for you all here today on Freedom March? Let's take more calls. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. 323-7775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Are they there? Hey, caller.
Hi, good afternoon. Am I on?
You are.
Good afternoon, Dr. Barry. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am great. You age a little there now.
Yes, this white man.
He aging?
Yes.
Man, Barry Russell looked like this when I was 16.
No, he's a little younger back then. But that was 30 years ago when I was dealing with you, Dr. Russell.
Okay, yeah, I've aged a little bit
I
30
had
years.
3 children in your chair at one time.
Wow.
That's a lot of money you got from me.
Yeah, that's a lot of beautiful smiles I created for you.
right to this day, I tell my son, listen, because of Dr. Barry, you guys can charm all the women, then you open your mouth.
Oh, wow.
A lot of money I put in that mouth.
Oh, praise the Lord.
You know, you're a great mother to do that for your
Indeed.
children.
3 of them one time, Dr. Barry.
Wow.
And you know, when you first started that wasn't cheap. I paid a lot of money.
Yeah. How are their smiles now, though? Are they? Because they sound like they may be of age. Are they still mint?
Yes, they're all married, man and woman.
You see what you do for them?
My guys, they're charming all the women with that smile.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
man. You see what you do for them? Mike, such a good mother. You listen. I am gonna write so that they can add you to this National Honors Award because it's 500 of them. We could squeeze you and Bacchus on there.
Mm-hmm. So, Dr. Barry,
Yes.
I need to come to see you now. I need my discount from those 3 children I had in your chair.
You're going to get your special discount.
3 children in your chair at one time.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something very special for
And
you.
I have all of those receipts. When I come, I'm going to bring all of those
Jesus,
receipts I
Lord.
used to get from you.
Jesus,
Okay, we will do something very special for you.
Yeah. Who knows? You might end up
Okay.
with the Freedom March discount code by the time it's
And
be
not
done.
only that, I had 3 children in Army Russell at the same time.
That's my mother's business,
I tell you,
Wow.
Wow.
I had 3 children. Barbara took care of all of my children.
Wow. That's
Wow.
I
interesting.
tried to get the grandchildren to go there, but it didn't work out.
Okay. Well, thank you for the confidence that you had in my
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, caller.
But I'm going to come and see you in August. Just remember this telephone call now.
I
so
will.
I need my discount.
I will.
All right?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All
Take
right.
care.
323-7775-698-0775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, I would like to know the telephone number, the dentist, and where his business is, please.
Okay.
So I'm going to refrain from giving my number on the radio or television, but I'm easy to find. I'm Dr. Barry Russell. It's the Bahamas Orthodontic Center, and you can just Google me. You have a phone, right? Just Google Dr. Barry Russell, or Google braces, and I'm going to be the first name that pop up. So
You got that, caller?
Just Google braces. I'm on Collins Avenue at 53 Collins Avenue. 53
All
Collins
right.
Avenue.
Okay.
All right.
All right?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Appreciate you call, caller.
Because if I put my number here, they can charge me.
323-7775-698-0775. But you said something that's very interesting, and I always tell people this, right? You gotta be Googleable.
Yeah.
You got to be Googleable. How you want me know who you is? ChatGPT don't even know who you is, and I must know?
Yeah, if you got,
boy.
Yeah, you can ask Chat GPT for me, Google, Siri, they all know me.
If you're serious.
Yeah.
That's how you test if you're serious.
Yeah.
All right, let's take another phone call. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Yeah. Use big time philanthropist. This is the one with his gimme. Philanthropist, they got it on their business card. You ask ChatGPT who they is. ChatGPT say, I don't know, maybe you're looking for some more intimate information, but we don't know this fella. Yeah. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
To the doctor, is there anything wrong in using toothpicks? I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you.
Toothpicks are fine, but toothpicks won't replace floss. But toothpicks are fine. They can remove food from between the teeth. They're fine. I don't have a problem with toothpicks. But I don't want you to think you could get away with not flossing.
Sure.
All right?
Yeah. Floss. You have to use it every day. Docs say maybe 3 times a week. Well, just try to do it every morning. Like when you wake up, do you have to do it before you brush? Because I just sometimes I just then brush my teeth, and before I go to the door, I say let me hit this floss.
You can floss anytime. And here's the deal: start just with flossing your front teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start there.
Yeah.
And once you master that, then we could move to the back teeth.
Yeah.
I just want you to start flossing someplace,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And once you
That's good
develop the
advice.
habit and the technique, it's going to be a lot easier for you to continue.
That's good advice. This is good advice, y'all. Let's take another phone call. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, there? So there are two things that I notice is becoming a bit more pervasive in our society, Doc. Right? I don't know if they're connected, but I keep seeing more of it.
What's that?
This bunch of tobacco smoking and this one bunch of kissing. Everybody kissing now.
Yeah.
Right? This is the most kissingest bunch of people I ever met in my life.
If that's the case, then they really need to take care of their oral health.
Correct.
Because if you kissing a lot and you have all of this dental disease, oral disease,
Right.
you passing a lot of disease.
Right, and this periodontal thing, from what I understand when I watched the thing in grade 7, just ain't no joke.
Periodontal disease is the second most pervasive disease next to the common cold.
You all bunch of kissing people, you all hear this?
Okay, so gingivitis
Yeah.
is the most mild form of periodontal disease.
Right.
So gingivitis is reversible just with brushing and flossing. A little bit of bleeding between the gums.
Yeah.
When you get to more advanced periodontal disease, it requires more therapy, more
Right.
treatment. But gingivitis is
It's the gateway.
the start of periodontal disease.
Yeah.
And so next to the common cold, periodontal disease is the second most pervasive
Wow.
disease
You're-
known to man.
You all bunch of kissing people, you all hear
Now,
this?
here's some other things. The science has also shown that people who have periodontal disease, gum disease, women with periodontal disease tend to have more miscarriages and low birth weight babies.
Wow.
So that's a fact.
Wow.
So that's the reason for women who are pregnant to make sure take care of their oral health.
Wow. Wow.
Also, people with periodontal disease we find have more heart disease.
Wow.
Okay, so as I stated earlier, the disease in your mouth does not stay there.
Infection in your mouth could end up everywhere.
People with diabetes tend to have more periodontal disease because when you're diabetic, you tend to have more inflammation throughout your body.
Sure.
Periodontal disease is an inflammatory disease.
Sure.
And so diabetics have to really be vigilant about their oral health. So diabetics out there, and we have a lot of diabetics, you have to be particularly vigilant about brushing and flossing. You have to floss and you have to get your teeth clean 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your diabetes will be more difficult to control.
Right.
Because when you have an infection in the gums, it causes the blood sugar to go up.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you can't take this lightly, guys.
Wow.
So people with advanced periodontal disease, chronic periodontal disease,
Chronic.
they have a 6-year shorter lifespan
Wow.
than a person with healthy gums.
That is incredible.
So if you want to live longer, guys, take care of your oral health.
Wow, that's incredible. And stop this one bunch of kissing. Cut that out. All right? Every time I turn on the internet, kissing everywhere, man. Don't do no more of that. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hi, Mr. Miller.
Hey.
I have a question for the doctor.
Sure.
So, for those persons who, like, if they did go to their Jamaican boyfriend for braces,
Right.
is it something that he could fix? Like, can they come to him?
My dear, on a daily basis, I get at least 3 people coming
Who've been to that
who've been to
Jamaican?
their Jamaican boyfriend or somebody else under the tree, on the porch, or wherever. They may even go into somebody's office who I'm having to help. And like I said, it breaks my heart because a lot of these people have spent a lot of time and money and actually are in a worse position than they were prior to even putting anything on their mouth.
Yeah.
And so putting braces on your mouth for a fad or for fashion is ignorant.
Yeah.
All right, braces are not meant to be a fad or fashion statement. It's therapy, okay? And we create beautiful faces and beautiful smiles by doing first world orthodontics. We don't play games. I don't put braces on for fashion. If you don't need braces, I don't put braces on you.
Yeah. But you can correct with the Jamaican boyfriend.
Yes, that's what I do on a daily basis, to answer your question.
You got it, caller?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Let's take another one. And you know, for the people that has let the Jamaican boyfriend put it on, right? I had a guy, he tell me, my cousin is do braces. And he give me the flyer, right? And then he smiles at me, and he have 32 teeth, and no two of his 32 teeth pointing in the same direction. And I tell him,
hey,
let me give your cousin Barry Russell number, because y'all messing this up. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Miller.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Yeah, you're live.
Okay, Mr. Miller, I'm a first-time caller from Grand Bahama. I've been watching you since Mr. Rodney Monka died, and I was just watching and observing. And I'm calling not to say anything negative, but I'm calling to give you a compliment.
Okay.
Mr. Miller, I'm going to say this to you. You have brought such a new life to this show, and I wish that the spiritual advisor was there. But trust me, what you're saying and doing, you are really touching us, especially the ones here in Grand Bahama. I can speak for national people.
Sure.
But you are doing the right thing. You're not sugarcoating anything, and you're letting us know exactly. Good afternoon, sir, the doctor.
Hello.
But I know I should be calling, but something to deal with teeth. But I had to just let you know, because I told my husband I've been trying to reach you for so long.
Wow.
And once they told me that I was the person after this first person, I said I'm going to let him know how I feel, because we in Grand Bahama, we do appreciate you. We appreciate what you're saying and what you're doing. You're not bending and turning no corners. And that is exactly what we want, sir.
Thank you.
You are there for a purpose and a reason, and I hope and I pray to God that He keeps you there to keep us as Bahamians stable and not sugarcoating anything.
Thank you.
You so much for what you're doing, and we here, we really do appreciate you.
Thank you.
You understand what I'm saying?
I completely understand.
When you're doing the work in the vineyard, it's never easy.
Yes.
But you are standing your ground, and we do appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.
You so much, and we love you here in Grand Bahama.
Listen, and I love Grand Bahama, and I will be there shortly.
I'll be here tomorrow.
You going tomorrow?
I'll be there
The dog coming before me, so he could be in Grand Bahama. Where you could be in Grand Bahama?
I'll be at my office at the insurance management building the rest of the week.
Okay, so if you want to see Doc, go see him by the insurance management building in Freeport. But when I come, I always go to my sister, who I love dearly. Hello, Jody, and my niece, Jador. She is the apple of my eye, my favorite niece.
You're in trouble
I
now.
only have one niece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm there all the time. I can't wait to get back and come see them. I'll probably be there in about November this year. Let's take another phone call, though. But you're very kind, caller. I appreciate it. 323-7775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Hi.
Dr. Barry Russell. Did you attend Queens College?
Yes, I did. Graduated in 1978.
Right. I wasn't sure, but I thought I taught someone by that same name, but I never knew what his career choice was.
Wow. Who am I speaking with?
Your English teacher.
Really?
Wow.
Grade 12.
Grade 12 English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
That's 47 years ago.
I couldn't imagine.
Right.
Well, thank you so much.
But you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
And every blessing to you.
Thank you so much. You did a great job. That's why I'm an orthodontist.
Bye.
Thank you. 323-777-5698-0775. Yes, I want y'all to stop this, but the people tell me, Doc, don't tell the people to stop kissing. What you mean? Periodontal disease, don't mess around. You hear the doctor? He's a doctor. He's a whole doctor. And he say it's just as common or just as intrusive as the common cold. And y'all still wouldn't stop.
But if they could be kissing, then make sure they mouth clean.
Have you seen them out?
Most of them out there ain't clean. You're
This my point. Cut that bunch of kissing. Cut that out. All right? We forbid that. Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you there?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Hello.
Hey.
How are you doing today, sir?
I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life.
Excellent show as always. You're doing a marvelous job, my brother. Keep up the good work. You and spiritual advisor.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Russell,
Yes,
how are you doing, sir?
I'm well.
I know you have a lot of law enforcement officers bring their children there.
Yes, I do.
I brought two of my beautiful daughters there. You did an excellent job on putting a beautiful smile on their faces.
Thank you. Thank you so much for trusting me.
Yes. And how's the golf going?
Pardon?
How's your golf game going?
Oh, my golf game is good. I haven't been playing as much this summer. This heat, I don't play a lot of golf in the summer. This heat is just too much. But my golf game I love the game.
Yeah.
You know, we're never satisfied. Golfers are never satisfied.
This is the gentleman who had $2 at QC.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, just want to say your staff totally professional.
Thank you.
One of the best staff I've ever
Yeah, they are fantastic.
Well, I
recommend you to me, and I can tell you I walk into the doors with my kids, and up until they both graduated from high school and went to college, I spent almost 2 years there with you, bringing them there. So you did an excellent job. Just continue to do your good work.
Well, I'd like to say a shout out to my staff. I have an amazing team.
Yeah.
They make me look good, hardworking team. All 20 of them. They keep me on my toes.
Okay.
We have a great time together.
I saw by and say hi one day, so I'll prick your memory.
Please do.
All right.
Doc, I
All right,
did.
Mr. Thank you.
All right, thank you, caller. Doc, I didn't know that you golf. I only have one other set of golfing friends, right?
Yeah.
Friends and Buru them, right? They like to play golf.
Yeah, no, that's my passion.
I like to play sitting by the thing where the bears is. That's what I like to do, right?
Okay.
So who knows? Maybe one day.
Yeah.
We'll connect for a little bit of golf. You all could play the golf.
Yeah, man.
And I could play sitting by the place where the bear is.
I'm going to get you out and hit a few.
Oh boy, I don't know. I something about the idea of knocking the ball and then walking to get it.
I know.
I haven't wrapped my mind around that.
We can fix that. We can fix that.
Let's take another phone call. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Yeah, because if the ball in here, why we knock it over there?
Well, there's a target you're hitting too. There's a whole.
We can't just pick up our ball and walk it over there.
No, man, you got to hit it there.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. 323-7775, 698-0775, or 698-0776. Dr. Barry Russell is my guest. We've got about 2 minutes left, Doc. Doc, you got any last parting? I know we spoke to people about, seeing a hygienist versus seeing a dentist, flossing, not replacing a floss with a toothpick, not replacing a toothbrush with Listerine. Any just last minute things that you wish they could take away?
Well, I want you to take your oral health seriously.
Sure.
Because it's a significant part of your overall general health, which is going to keep you alive and healthy for a long time. So I need you to change your mindset and get serious about it.
Sure.
See a professional. Do your due diligence and find the right person, even if you have to visit several dentists until you find somebody that you like and you gel with. If you're going to get braces, make sure you go to an orthodontist.
Yes.
Like I said, there are 3 of us. And if you're not going to one of us, then you shouldn't be getting braces from anybody else.
Sure.
Do your homework. Don't, unfortunately, we're in an era where ethics is not on the mindset of all professionals.
Sure.
And so you've got to be a good, informed consumer. You have to do your homework.
Yeah.
You have to be informed and just don't take what people tell you at face value.
Right.
Go and do your research. You can find out anything you want to find out because you have the answers in the palm of your hand.
Sure.
And don't go to TikTok for information.
Right.
All right.
That's for entertainment.
Yeah, TikTok is for entertainment. All right. People come. I say, well, how did you find me? Oh, I saw you on TikTok. I was like, well, I didn't even know I was on TikTok.
Yeah.
Somebody else posted me on TikTok.
Sure.
But go to Google first.
Right.
Okay. Not TikTok for your information.
ChatGPT is a good one.
Yeah. ChatGPT is good too. And you can find some good stuff on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
But take your oral health seriously. If you need to come see me, come in and see me. If you're listening to the show today, and you tell me you're listening to the show I'm going to do something special for you. So, all right.
Can we call it the Freedom March?
The Freedom March special.
There you have it.
Yeah.
We big time.
Yeah.
Mommy, cancel all the plans you had for me as a child. We made it to the big leagues. We now have the Freedom March special. You want to go? You go see Barry Russell. Cam, you could go too. Everybody, y'all just go see Barry Russell and tell them y'all come for the Freedom March special.
Yes.
I appreciate that, Doc.
It's been a pleasure.
And you're actually pretty good fun. I mean,
I had fun. It was informative. It was entertaining, but we had a good time too.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So here are the takeaways. Don't let your cousin put your braces on. Don't let your Jamaican boyfriend put your braces on. If you had any jewelry in your mouth in the 90s, go see a dentist. Don't let just anybody build you a bridge, because it might be a bridge over troubled water. And you don't have to have horsey teeth if you fix the spaces before you go. And for all of those things, you could go see Barry Russell. Anyway, you hear the jingle, that's our time. Thank you so much for joining us here on Freedom March. We'll see you again tomorrow.